Just 10 cents a day helps fund local programs like Scenic Stops, Northwest Ohio Journal, and BGSU Brain Game. Watch, connect, explore.
Well, I think tolerance is the most important word in the English language. The world is not going to be better if everybody feels the same. The world is going to be better if everybody accepts other people's belief systems and respects them equally. The real reason I built it is to make a tranquil place for kids to hang out and people to come and feel that tranquility. And Temple of Tolerance, the name of it, kind of symbolizes that. This is all junk. All the rocks farmers threw away. All the gates and stuff are made out of wrought iron people throw away. All the arches and everything are welded together out of stuff I got out of junk piles. And so I took a bunch of junk that nobody cares about. I put it inside a yard, and people are coming from all over the world, literally, to see this place. The average day, it looks like the Star Wars bar. I made sections so people can actually be over in that section and kids can be over in that section and they don't have to deal with each other. But they are in the same yard together. I visualize this whole thing completely. I know this is the weird part. I actually envisioned the place. Now, I started from the front of the yard in the 80s, and it took 20 years to get back here. From that fence row to the temple itself, it took from 90 to 99. I finished in 9/9/99. When people come in here, they say, oh, it's more of a state of mind than it is a place. You created this feeling in here. Some of the feeling is mine, my creativity. Some of it is the power of the rocks. The real thing people feel here and the feeling that they love here and they come back for, even after they've seen the place physically, is the feeling those kids put in here as the only place they have to go. I believe that. Picture yourself a kid that goes to school every day, he's bullied, he's out of shape, he's a nerd, he can't get out of that, he's got a bad family life that everybody reminds him of every day, but at the end of his day, instead of going in that transitional thing from school where he's bullied to home where it's chaos, he gets to walk into Jim Bowsher's yard and sit on top of the temple. It's powerful. 20 years of kids, they've grown up in here. Here's what they say in so many words. If I wouldn't have had your yard to come to, I never would have survived. Okay, when I built the temple itself, there's 100, and I will get to the logistics, there's 100,000 pounds of rock under the ground. These rocks, these banded rocks right here, are the oldest rocks in the world. I have geologists come here just for the geology part of it. 4.2 billion years old. One of the guys that came in here told me this story. He said, we were from Italy, we were poor. My mom had raised all us kids and starved herself in order to raise us. We owed her. And I told my brother, we're stone cutters, man. We're gonna cut stone, make enough money, send for mom, bring her to America. We didn't make it, Jim. She died. He said, Mom's on 27 buildings in the United States. So this is the only one that's not on a building because it was in Chicago and the building burnt down and some guy got the stone and gave it to me. And he said, I'm gonna give it to you. So this stone right here is a Bloom stone. Which I call the Bloom stone is Bloom was our high school and this sat out front of the high school. All the famous butts in Wapakoneta sat on this because everybody got their picture for some reason on this stone. I'm sitting talking with the guy and the guy's big and all of a sudden he moved away to gesture, Neil Armstrong. And I'm looking at Neil, and his feet, he's listening to us talking, his feet are kicking this stone. And here it is, guys. I'm looking down at the feet. I'm looking up at the moon, and I'm looking down at the feet, and I'm looking up at my was, this was the center of the Shawnee Indian Reservation, and they moved them out in 1832. These are the millstones that were either the grist mill or the sawmill, and you see one's a drive and one's a stationary, and these were thrown in the river. And I'll tell you why and everything. These are from Homeland Field, the Cincinnati's first ballpark. These came from what people in Lima would call the Bindle building, but actually was the Lineman building. These are called moon dogs. These came from a park that was across from where James Joyce used to write at the end of his life. In the day as we're standing here, this guy looks a little sinister, and this guy's got a little half smile like he's okay. But when you get a full moon, because of the shadowing and the ability of the carver, they change. Marks on it. Those are from a Roman aqueduct in Italy. Those came from a stone circle near Piqua, Ohio. We have no idea what it was. We probably was it was an ancient, probably 5,000 years old. This bench is the step into the Ku Klux Klan headquarters. It was in Wapakoneta, and I put it up here in the sunshine. And I'll tell you, the day was when a whole group came here, and there's 3 black kids sitting on there. You know, I look at it and I go, yeah, we win. You know, I come in the yard, and he loves my yard, and he received the contract to tear down the Berlin Wall. This is the cement from the wall. Dudley Nichols was a guy that stood up during the McCarthy era for the blacklisted writers. Wapak didn't much like that. And since people didn't like him, this whole thing is a physical manifestation of a philosophical concept. There are no ordinary people in the world, there are only extraordinary people.